Hello people, this is Nate Raymond, Nate in Japan, and I'm at a pivotal point of development, and I want to verbalize this to keep people on board. But I've discovered a service that if I pay them, that they'll set my business up to where the things are going to be running so that the things I say are going to have a web presence where I can just tell you to go on a website. And so this website, the Japan English Exchange, for English speakers, it's going to be a website with things Japan related. But it's also going to have a section where you could be an affiliate of my Japan English Exchange. And in order to be affiliate, there's going to be a training. And this training is going to be a digital transformation. And it's going to change our relationship from, business to customers to peer-to-peer exchange. So this is going to be something where, we as humans, what our job is going to be in a relationship capacity. And things that are beyond that, we're going to have automated for us. And so people are going to experience a functional benefit, a holistic solution for health, wealth, and relationships, and expand your personal brand. And so, I'm looking forward to this, obviously, but the choice still remains whether or not to actually move forward with it. And so, I am definitely advocating to do it, but of course, I'm raising the money because it's costing a substantial amount to make this thing happen. But this is going to be the thing that if I have the money, it's so worth it, because if I can do the thing that I'm doing now, then it's going to reduce the barriers to entry for people who don't have the money and funds to do it. And the thing is that there's so much money in the world, and we only really get the money when we can communicate the fact of how we're going to use the money to make money. And if it sounds good, so you have to be able to communicate and educate people as to your ideas. And I'm just hoping the things that I think make sense enough for people will trust me and see this is a kind of leadership. So, but yes, it did take me a while to do this, and I found the possibility to do it between my situation in Japan and America. And I think that for Japanese people, America can be this source of, a wild card, essentially, where there's enough of, the flexibility that we can have access to anything we want. We just have to be able to communicate it. But we don't just know exactly what we want in the moment. We have to go a step by step. So, for example, when it comes to Japanese people learning English, without me, they could look at the English language and say, I want to know every word of the English language. But if it comes to me, then what we're going to do is we're just going to have 12 categories of conversation. And within those 12 categories, you're going to develop your ability to communicate in those 12 situations. And then we're going to gear it to actually, make those 12 situations real life, where we're going to, go out and visit companies, because see, we're eventually networking with people, where our connection to people and communicating and connecting for collaboration, which means that, we don't agree to collaboration until we agree what the other person is saying. So we need a training to kind of get into, the mode of being able to understand, like, what it is other people are going to want and how you're going to be able to create an offer in a way that people can't say no to it. And it happens so naturally because you're so good and you get so good. And I'm so good now. I mean, not to sound like, it's like there's a clarity of there's a well-defined 12 categories. There's a website. There's an affiliate marketing program. So there's a school, there's an online marketing campaign, there's a radio station, there's a YouTube channel. So this has been after sticking with me coming to Japan, not even knowing what to do, but seeing how a personal brand, which is information connected to 12 categories in Japan, where anybody connect to me, I'll offer you an internships through these, right? But I call it internship for you, but we don't call it internships for the company. What they're just doing is giving us a tour. And when they give us a tour in exchange, we're giving them an assessment of how we can help them with our relationship marketing and online marketing campaigns. But for us, as people who want to develop your personal brands, it's a necessary internship so you can get in a real situation and customize just the English you're going to need and develop just the communication that when you get into a real situation, like when you travel in America, you're going to be ready to take full advantage of that and use this real-life trip you take to America to build your personal brand, or real-life trip you come to Japan to build your personal brand with Japan, because we need each other's countries so that we have the complete package of the dynamic relationship between Japan and America. And those people who we can reach out in that dynamic, but it is everybody who we can reach out in dynamic. All Japanese can benefit. This is the one thing they need to speak English. All foreign people can benefit. This is the one thing they need to be able to be an online digital transformation to live life through their personal brand. So it's that simple. And we do it by friendship. And when you first hear friendship, maybe that doesn't motivate you right away. But when you consider the alternative, which is you're paying money for something, when in reality, money is not the right tool to use for this. And there's a reason why. Is because instead of paying money being the first thing, we're reversing. We're going to reverse that plan of attack. Like, where first is money, where first is a meeting of the minds. And this doesn't, actually not thinking about everything besides money is what sets it up so that when money is involved, it becomes the critical piece that actually is going to do what you think it's going to do. So before people just spend money, I'm saying have a conversation. So we're bringing this exchange and, amongst our personal brands so that, when we're having a meeting of the minds, we just end up coming into a marketing campaign that does the companies work for them. And so that's where we're spawning a new generation of business, where business is going to be thriving, but it's based on the fact that the people in the cities are thriving. And at the moment, if you have the opposite, which is a digital transformation of just companies, where companies get even more power over people in cities, then we're going to see it be out of balance. And that's not what I want to see. I want to see a world where we don't have to go through the things we're going through. But I think we've woken up to know what our freedom is and what we can do. And we're giving people a reason to be connected to one another. But if we perpetuate what it is, people are separated. And so, separation is an illusion. It doesn't have to be that way. When we're separated, we're weaker as a society and dependent on money. But now if we connect first, then you'll just see just the benefit for everybody. So yes, we can be the push behind this, and that's the Japan English Exchange. This is Nate Raymond, Nate in Japan, and I developed this and I couldn't have done this without support of my family. So it's like Raymond Consulting, this kind of like my family, legacy that I'm hoping, which is, rooted. My mom was a teacher. My father was a personnel department, human resources director for a place for handicapped children. They developed their own world, right? That obviously left an impact on me, but I got involved with Japan, and I'd seek to create my own, exchange. I've been on exchanges, but I see how my next exchange will eliminate the problems I kind of went through, and I can do things better in a lot of senses for Japan dealing with foreign people than Japanese people can deal with foreign people, because right? We're increasing our awareness to understand. And right at the moment, there is a lack of awareness between the thinking of Japanese people and the thinking of American people. That's just a fact. But see, when we get to this next level of inclusion, the America-Japan relationship can be a wealth of power for all countries and then we have a global, thing there, So there's, amongst the society, not everybody's the same, but there are enough of us that are good people, and we do, want to collaborate to create peace, and we can be those people. And the people who are into that, we're going to find each other. So, this is really a platform for that. And I'm definitely, you need to have a face behind it, a genuine story. Anybody who pokes into my situation is going to find nothing but genuine, experience of, practicing what I'm preaching, developing something that I actually went through, and seeing how if we don't do this, people are like wasting time and money, basically, when instead they could be making the time of their life and generating money. And then we're going to have money enough to fund our next things. And, if I take the time to create this where I'm creating the level of abundance, then other people can function within it and don't have to worry about it. Whereas at the moment, a lot of us have been just, on autopilot, experiencing the things that other people have developed mindlessly and not enough appreciation going into it. But so that's been used against us, actually, where people are getting rich off our information. We do the communication, but we have to be more understanding of the information that we have and using it. And then when we have an awareness of our information and using it in digital transformation, that just makes us able to then recommend it to others and this is going to happen naturally. So look, I'm so happy to communicate this Japan English Exchange. We're going to the next levels, and I love you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.